Hey there people, so my name is Ax and in today's video I have one of the most interesting topic. A lot of the people have been asking me to create some content on self-love and it's quite interesting. When you look at social media and all the content that is available on YouTube, you're going to find something. A lot of the people are talking about self-love. But can someone practically explain what self love is? Such as if I ask you to demonstrate confidence, you can, right? You can demonstrate confidence by, like standing in front of people, giving a speech. But there are several ways you can express confidence in practicality. But when I ask about self love, I want you to go deep inside your subconscious mind and ask yourself, how can you practically demonstrate self love? And think of what you have been doing up until now. And this is very interesting because a lot of you will think of self love as something like you should love yourself however you are, you should embrace the qualities that you have. However, how can you practically demonstrate it? You don't know the answer to that. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys about how I do it and what's the outcome of that on my life and how that is going to transform your life forever. The number one problem about self-love is between the ages of 1 to 9, when our subconscious mind is developing, a lot of the parents are incapable of educating their children on what self-love is because they themselves don't understand what self-love is. So we are conditioned to think that love is something that we do externally. That means for love, we need someone in our external reality that we can express our love to. Now, that kind of conditioning usually makes a lot of the people confused with what self-love is. They do not understand at a subconscious level what self-love actually means because they have been conditioned to love in their external reality. But self-love is an internal process. And often at times when we go through these failed relationships, we would wonder like what's wrong with our love? Why can't our partner experience the love that we have to offer and why is it not valued? It's only after a failed relationship that a lot of the people have this sort of mindset. Like they go into introspection and they go like what's wrong with my love? And after all this introspection, what people usually do is when they get inside the next relationship, they try to cover up the mistakes that they made in the previous relationship. However, even that doesn't work out. Let me explain to you why. Think of yourself as a company who's trying to sell its product. Now, how can you sell your product to the customers if you haven't experienced your product? Because without experiencing your own product, you would never know what the customers are going to feel. So you will not be able to market your product, right? Now, this is the same example for self-love. Before you go out giving love to people, first of all, understand what are you offering to other people. And by that, I mean, you need to start loving yourself to experience what your love feels like. So I'll give you an example. Now, I did this for myself. I thought of myself as if like I'm dating myself. I'm not thinking of myself as one entity, but two entities. So I'm dating myself. Now, I ask myself, what do I do in love? And one of the basic ideas that I have of what I do in love is I tend to go all on board. I would do anything for my partner. I'll break all the boundaries for my partner. I would try to make them feel special on even their worst days. I would take them out to treat them so that they experience some good moments. If they do something good, I would celebrate them. So I would do all these external actions for my partner. So what I started doing was anytime I would feel a bit down or I would feel like, hey, something is boring in my life, I would treat myself like a partner and I would be like, hey, if my partner was feeling down or frustrated or boring, what would I do for her? And suddenly I know what to do for myself. I'll be like, you know what? Let's go out and I'm going to treat you to a nice meal and some good songs, and we are going to enjoy some good movie before we fall asleep. Now, that's just a basic idea. Now, the most important part is if you observe what I'm doing, I'm taking self-love as an actionable item. Usually, if any of my partners were having their birthday, I would really plan ahead for them and I would try to make it their most special day. So what did I do when I was dating myself? Now, what I did was I promised myself that I'm going to give you a gift that will make you feel good. Isn't that amazing, guys? We expect a lot of the gifts from our significant other, thinking they would magically know. However, we are the only ones on this planet who actually know what we truly desire. So why not gift it to ourselves? So what I did on my birthday was I gifted myself a 30 days vacation, which I like to think of as a honeymoon. So I was on a honeymoon with myself. Now, what I did was when I was on this vacation, I would constantly think like, what if my partner was on vacation? How would I like to treat her? And suddenly I would know what I should do for myself. And there were times I was like, hey, aren't you like spending a lot on all of this? And I was like, wait a minute. Did I ever think like that when I'm with someone else? And the answer is no. I would go all in and I would be like, you know what? It may be too much, but you deserve it. I'll take myself out on an expensive experience and I would be like, hey, that's a gift from me to you. And it made me feel awesome. I loved each and every bit of it. Now, this is also very important. What you are doing for yourself will also be observed by other people, and people will start treating you exactly the way that you are treating yourself. Now, I'll give you a very great example. Now, I was staying in this party hostel. Now, within this party hostel, there's party going on all the time. And as you stay over there, as you party over there, you get to know a lot of the people who are traveling as well. And you make some great relationship with those people because you're partying on a daily basis with them. So you sort of connect with other people. So one of the girl in this hostel, we got to know each other. We became really friendly. We partied together. She told me something on the very last day that I was about to leave that particular hostel and go to my next destination. And she was like, I saw you the other night, you were all alone and you were partying, and I thought I was way too drunk because I couldn't see the other person, because you were having such a great time and I could see that you were having a great time, but I couldn't see the other person. And I was like, maybe I'm way too drunk. But then I saw that you were having such a great time. And she was like, the sort of energy that you had, it made me feel like, you know what, I want to join this guy. Whatever he's doing sounds fun. And she came to me and we had a great night. However, she told me this the other day. Now, if you observe what's happening, as much as I remember, I was having a great time. I think the music was really great and I was like, having a great time and I was entertaining myself. But you see, I was entertaining myself. I was loving that particular moment and I was so absorbed in that one particular moment where I was entertaining myself and feeling good. I ended up attracting her towards me. I didn't even say a single word to her. She came to me because obviously we also knew each other. But the point is, other people can also observe your practical self-love, your actionable self-love. It's really important to put your self-love into action. Treat yourself like you are dating yourself. Think of what would you do for your partner and do the same thing for yourself. And it would also make you experience what your love feels like. And it was then that I realized this is what it feels like for my partners when they are dating me, because that's the kind of love and energy I bring to the table. So I was consuming my own product. And that's when I realized it's way too valuable. It's way too amazing. I'm not gonna give it to anyone in my life until they prove that they are worthy of this love. That's how you can understand what's the best part about you loving other people or what's the worst part about you loving other people. Because in order to understand how our love is perceived externally, we need to first of all experience it internally. And that gives you a lot of perspective on what do you offer in love. And that makes you want to respect whatever you are offering. Once you can understand what love is, by experiencing it on your own, you will understand who's worthy of your love. Trust me, it's a very, very profound experience. Start dating yourself. Do things for yourself that you would do for your partner. And anytime you're doing something good or bad for yourself, just ask yourself, would you do this for a partner? Yes or no? And if you would do for your partner, do it for yourself. If you wouldn't do that for a partner, don't do it for yourself. That way, you will experience the influence of your love. And this is how I was able to attract so many people into my life, because remember, you attract what you feel inside. That's law of attraction, law of vibration, law of assumption, law of resonance. And trust me, guys, oh boy, do I attract a lot of love into my life, to the point where I feel like, hey, what's going on? Why are so many people just loving me and trying to make me feel happy? Because if you can make yourself happy by loving yourself, that's what you are going to attract into your life. Now I know there is a lot of subconscious process involved as well. This is the conscious part of loving yourself. But when we're talking about the subconscious mind, we need to understand how our subconscious mind works. Self-love is always a byproduct of your relationship with your parent between the ages of 1 to 9. And you might have heard me say this countless times in all my videos, that that is when we develop these patterns. So if you are someone who is unable to find that self-love, there might be some kind of a father wound or a mother wound that we need to look into. That is your predominant neurological state, and we need to resolve the blockages or the traumas that exist inside your predominant neurological state. The moment we do that, you become a magnet for love. People start loving you. Your behavior in love just changes, and there is a very dynamic change in how you love yourself and how people love you, because that's how your subconscious mind works. And for that, you can enroll into my 15 days instant healing program. The way is quite simple. You can sign up for a free mini therapy session with me. In that, I will analyze if your subconscious mind map is something that I can work with. And if I can promise you the results, I'll enroll you into my program. But however, more often I tend to refuse many of the people because I know they are not a great fit for my program, and so I refuse them. So you can find the link to my website in the description and in the pinned comments. So do show some love and like and subscribe to my channel and leave a lovely comment to show some love. I'll see you guys in the next video. Up until then, learn to love yourself and start loving yourself in practical terms. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.